Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today we have Carl Moore, who leads the strategic partnerships at AppSmart with our Invest division. Carl is a career channel professional. Before joining AppSmart, he spent over 8 years at Fuse as Global VP of Channel Sales, nearly 5 years at TPX as Director of National Channel Development, and 2 years at GTT as VP of National Channel Sales. His tenure in the channel is a perfect fit for him to help AppSmart find the best sales partners for our Invest division. Carl, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Steve. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Well, I'm glad to have you on because we're both new at AppSmart. I think I joined a couple of months before you did. What's your first impression of AppSmart?
Well, I did want to seek out a company right now, in this point in my career, that was built by partners for partners, and that's certainly part of the magical sauce, if you will, for AppSmart. But what's really cool is once I arrived here, that everything that AppSmart had discussed in the employment negotiations as far as their values was evident and true. A lot of people talk about true north and humility and some of these things, but to see it and live it firsthand was amazing. When you come into an organization at sort of a mid-executive level tier, you're always concerned on how you're going to have an impact or progression into success. And everyone is so willing to listen and learn and collaborate. It's such a refreshing atmosphere that just drives you to the same sort of actions.
Yeah, for sure. I see all that too. I would add that what I've noticed in the first few months is the culture of the company, which is kind of what you're saying. But the culture here is one of real mutual respect and appreciation. They say that 70% of the people leave a job because they don't feel appreciated. This culture is amazing. I mean, from top to bottom, it's a fun example of building the engine while you're flying the plane, and people are having fun and supporting each other. I'll tell you, I don't think I've ever had a job I enjoy as much as this one. So I'm glad we're on the same team, Carl.
As am I, and you said it more elegantly than I did, but really is. It's a wonderful feeling to be appreciated, and it's a wonderful feeling to be part of something that is bigger and really going to, I think, change the channel.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Invest division. Sales partners have been reaching out to us a lot because they've heard a lot of good things about our new Invest division. It's been my experience that very few sales partners have any perpetuation plan in place at all. They've worked very hard on their business, but now what? What type of sales partners are ideal candidates for our Invest division?
So really the type of partners that approach us in the Invest are really kind of three. And each one is similar but yet unique. The first partner is someone who's ready to take some income off the table short term, but doesn't want to leave the comfort of the annuity. They've built that ongoing monthly annuity and they're kind of very comfortable with it. And most people in the channel are very savvy business people, and they work for years and years to build their companies, and they're not really 100% ready to step back. But now they've determined, I have to figure out some sort of sunset strategy. And when they do, they want their customers that they've worked so hard to be part of their fiber in their life. They want to entrust those customers into a very thoughtful and caring organization that continues that partner legacy. So that's the first person. They want to step back, but they want their legacy to carry on. The second partner, or we actually call them advisors here, right? And you work with a lot of the advisors, Steve. They want to reinvest some of their revenue that they've grown their business from, but they need a little help. Not just capital to reinvest, like you'd go to a bank, but they want an organization behind them to help reinvest and reinvigorate their company to some sort of growth. So partners are usually very good at selling, but they need help in creativity. And they need help in marketing, and they need tools, and they want to leverage sort of social media to generate new leads. All of the challenges when you talk to partners, I wish I could do this to build my business. These are the things that attract them to us, because we can provide this unique digital platform as a gateway to facilitate the ways that customers are finding, buying, and managing their business technology. And they're ready to spend that time now to determine how to do it, and it sets them up in the future. So those partners too that really want to grow their business, right? And they want the tools and an organization like AppSmart to power their business. And the last type of partner, it's a really good fit for AppSmart Invest, is the partner who's dreamed of diversifying. They want to diversify their business with something they're passionate about. Maybe it's similar in the telecom, datacom, IT, MSP space, but maybe it's something totally different, a dream they've wanted to fulfill. So the one-day consideration of their assets, right? When we write them a nice big payment for the acquisition of those assets, they turn around and fund different things. And we found that what's common with these folks is they're serial entrepreneurs. So they say they're stepping back, but they're really diversifying and getting into something else that they're passionate about. And that's exciting too, because you really see someone fulfilling maybe a lifetime dream.
Yeah, and you really touched on this. AppSmart Invest is certainly not a one-size-fits-all model. Invest is not only a perpetuation plan, but it's a way for many sales partners to get to the next level, a real offensive strategy. Why don't you dig deeper into that? Talk about some of the ways we've helped partners do that and use us as a real weapon offensively.
Yeah, and that ties back into the aforementioned diversity, right? By moving the back office and the day-to-day monotony of the business we all know in the channel to a well-versed team in AppSmart, it frees up their time to focus on the fun parts of their business. And that's, people know they want to grow. They may not know how, but they do know if they had the time, they've learned everything. If you're in this business, you've had to pivot all the time and reinvent yourself as new technologies present themselves and you present them to your clients. Just like that, they're now reshaping their business. And so we've been able to help them diversify into very different or related businesses. One of our partners got into the data center business, sort of related to his space, but something very different that required capital to do, and he's being very successful. Another partner got into the fixed wireless business in a major metropolitan area. That's something that they wanted to do. And some people have diversified into things outside the industry. They've always had a passion for cooking and they've wanted to open up that restaurant. Or they've diversified into the next biggest thing, whether it's, Bitcoin or whether it's CBD. They've gotten into businesses or investments with that money, and now the sky's the limit.
That's great, man. That's very liberating, actually, to hear those examples. Well, Carl, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun Show, and that you know there are millions and millions of people watching you right now. So tell the viewers a fun or little-known fact about yourself.
A little-known fact. Okay, so in 1982, as a student at Northeastern University, I was part of the first inaugural group for what is now known as the Walt Disney World College Program. And as part of that venture, I worked at Disney World in Florida. And I'll give you one hint. Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. My name is Congo Carl. I'll be your skipper and guide as we cruise these rivers of adventure. I was a skipper on the Jungle Cruise. And so it was a great time, something that's lasted forever. As a matter of fact, Steve, you and I have something in common. I host a podcast all around Disney. It's called Dudes Dish Disney, and it's a bunch of guys getting together saying that Disney's not just for kids, it's for adults, and we have a ball. So that's a little-known fact about me.
That's a great story. The hippo still scares me every time I go on that ride when he comes up and you do the shot. But hey, Carl, thank you so much, man, for taking some time out of your busy schedule and joining us on the Top Gun Show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve, and best of luck.
You too. Thanks for watching, everybody.